We are live. We are live. What's up, y'all? This is Mr. Let Go. Y'all come on in and let's start this very important conversation about Derrick Jaxn. Everybody say what's up in the chat and let's get to it. So, the reason why I'm doing this particular video is not necessarily to just dog Derrick Jaxn. That's not what I'm here to do. Derrick Jaxn is a person that has, been known in the Black community for probably about 10 years now. And we got a lot to talk about. Everybody hit the like button. 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 So, where do we start? For those who don't know, Derrick Jaxn has, what's up, Shira? What's going on, y'all? Derrick Jaxn has been on 2 different interviews with a guy named Willie Moe Jr. Met him in person. And my man on the Wifey podcast. What is his podcast? Dear Future Wifey podcast. That's it. Dear Future Wifey podcast. And the man on Dear Future Wifey podcast actually interviewed Derrick Jaxn a few months ago. So that's what makes this so important to talk about, because now we have both sides of the story. Now, what is the significance of Derrick Jaxn coming on this platform, or his platform, talking about what went on? It's not really about his story. It's about his upbringing. And that's the reason why I titled this show what I titled it, because altogether we don't, well, me, I can't speak for y'all. I don't just look at a terrible person, whether it's a bank robber or a narcissist or misogynist or whatever. I don't necessarily just look at that person and say, yo, that's a terrible person. I wonder why he's doing this. Well, most likely I have an understanding of why this person is doing what they're doing. And the reason why they're doing what they're doing is because they're traumatized. And this is not an excuse. People love to hear the trauma thing as an excuse. It's not an excuse. It's a reality. And in order to keep more people from acting like, or living like, or lying like Derrick Jaxn has, operated for the last probably 15 years, we got to find out why he is the way he is. Because a lot of you ladies have no idea that y'all have upcoming Derrick Jaxns in your own household. I'll say that again. What's up, Terica? Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. A lot of you ladies, without even thinking about it, because you don't really care to a certain degree, your son is a Derrick Jaxn. He's just 5 right now, and he's a good little boy. But once he grows up, there's a very good chance that he's going to do the same things that Derrick Jaxn was doing. Why? Because he was raised by a woman. People, not just men, not just women, people that are raised by women only are almost always dysfunctional, maladaptive, and not, or ill prepared for the world. So that's the specific reason why I'm here. I am here to give you yet another example of what single motherhood does to young men. So this is not just about Derrick Jaxn. So real quick, before I get started, so y'all have a good understanding of where I'm coming from, I need everybody to share this video. If y'all on Facebook, all you got to do is share it to your own page. Share it to your 5 group chats. Facebook is real easy to share the video. So take a second out of your day and hit the share button on Facebook. Everybody take a second and hit the share button on Facebook. That is the most important button on Facebook, the share button. Share this video to your own page and to your groups. All right. Thank you, Renee. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So that's the first thing. The second thing is make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the like button. And the third thing is share this in your group chats on Instagram or via text message also. So share this video because it's not necessarily about Derrick Jaxn. This is a lesson for everybody because I'm here to help you women. I'm here to help you women. And a lot of times when I talk bad about single motherhood, is actually meant to help women. Now, how can me talking bad about single motherhood help women? Well, there's a huge amount of women out there that have not had kids yet. Think about that. See, women always like to internalize things, get defensive about things, but y'all seem, y'all say y'all are so empathetic and y'all are so this and y'all are so that, but a lot of times y'all just operate in a selfish manner because in all honesty, do you care about my message or somebody else's message reaching a young woman that has not ruined her life already, that has not become a single mother yet? So before y'all start getting mad about single motherhood, oh, here you go, talking about single motherhood. Well, it's a problem. And until it stops being a problem, I'm going to talk about it. And Derrick Jaxn is a perfect example of what single motherhood does to men. Put a 1 in the chat, ladies in particular, actually men and women. Put a 1 in the chat if you think there is pee in the dating pool. See, here y'all go. Talk to the daddies. Here y'all go already. This is the problem right here. This is the problem right here. Put a 1 in the chat, male or female, if you think there is pee in the dating pool. So the truth is, there is not pee in the dating pool. There is trauma in the dating pool. There is trauma in the dating pool, not pee. There is sperm in the dating pool, not pee. So the first thing we have to do as individuals, and we're going to get to Derrick Jaxn, the first thing we have to do as individuals is to know what we're getting into, is to know what actually is happening so we can actually get to a solution. But for all of us just running around saying there's pee in the dating pool, how does that help? How does that help anybody? Think about that. How does it help anybody saying that there's pee in a dating pool? It's not helping anybody. Everybody hit the like button, 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 everybody hit the like button. There is trauma in the dating pool. Trauma, not pee, trauma. So you have thousands of fatherless men, on dating sites dating thousands of fatherless women on the dating sites. whether it be Hinge, Bumble, Tinder. Think about that, y'all. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Thousands of fatherless men dating thousands of fatherless women. The men are traumatized and the women are traumatized because nobody has a daddy. But then we turn around and just say it's pee in a dating pool. It's a bigger issue than just pee. And what we are doing as individuals is all we're doing is spreading the trauma to other people. That's really all we're doing. So look at a traumatized person as a vampire, for example. Look at a traumatized person as a vampire or a zombie. Just think about a traumatized man or a traumatized woman, a woman that's been through trauma or a man that's been through trauma. Look at that particular individual as a zombie. And when that zombie gets a hold of a host, what happens to the host? Put it in the chat. When a zombie gets their hand on a host, what happens to the host? Host is a non-zombie. What happens? Whether it's a vampire, whether it's a werewolf, or whether it's a zombie, what happens to the person that the zombie, werewolf, or the vampire touches? They turn into a zombie too. That's it. They turn into a zombie too. And what is the significance of this involving Derrick Jaxn and all this stuff? Our culture is so full of trauma where we actually are infecting other people with our trauma. All right, y'all got to get these likes up. Everybody, y'all got to hit the like button. Terica said the likes are down. Thank you, Terica. So before I keep going, I need y'all to do a couple things. One, hit the like button. Two, share this video. Facebook people, hit the share button, hit the share button, hit the share button. YouTube people, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. And drop a super chat if you want me to read your comment. Facebook probably don't know what that is, but Facebook, you don't have super chat. YouTube does. If you want to contribute to the channel, you're on Facebook. Cash App is right here. Where is it? Right here. Cash App. Aaron 1000. AARON 1000. Contribute to the channel. And also, the link to buy my Deeper Discussions card game is pinned at the top of the chat. So I need y'all to hit the like button. I need y'all to share this video. And I need y'all to contribute to the channel via Super Chat or Cash App, Aaron 1000, or buy my card game. So you have thousands of men that are emotional zombies, and you have thousands of women that are emotional zombies. And all of these zombies are literally on the same app attacking each other. Because some of the people aren't as traumatized as other people, right? A man has a different amount of trauma than a woman, and a woman has a different type of trauma than a man. And what we end up doing on all these dating apps is we don't look to go get healed. We don't look to go get therapy. No, we just look to cope with our trauma by getting on a dating app and finding somebody else to share our trauma with. And of course, we're talking about trauma bonds or whatever you want to call it. So the more you as an individual Ignore the fact that you have problems. Ignore the fact that you need therapy. Ignore the fact that you haven't had enough therapy. You as an individual are going to go out and traumatize a person just like somebody traumatized you. So I'm not calling you the bad guy. I'm not calling Derrick Jaxn the bad guy. I'm saying you are the spawn of a bad guy. And Derrick Jaxn is the spawn of a bad guy. And when I say guy, I mean bad person. You are the spawn of a toxic person. You're the spawn of a traumatized person. It could be your mama, it could be your daddy, it could be ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, whatever. But we all have been bitten by traumatized people. And in order to stop this from happening, we got to plug up the hole. So going back to Derrick Jaxn, he was on 2 different shows, and I'm going to show y'all some clips from the 2 shows. And we're about to break down what the trauma looks like and not run around and talk mess about Derrick Jaxn, but use this situation as an opportunity to look inside of ourselves and find out what's wrong with us. Derrick Jaxn is trash, yes, but some of y'all are trash also. Derrick Jaxn is not the only person that's running around doing all this Derrick Jaxn crap. Some of y'all women, some of y'all men doing the same things. Some of you ladies know for a fact that the child's father that you had a baby with, that's not the father. You know for a fact that's not the baby daddy. He's just the only idiot who's like, oh, you pregnant? Oh, I'm happy. I'm so happy. And you're up here like, yes. A lot of you women know for a fact that your child is not his. A lot of you dudes, you have done some things that simply just have not gotten out yet. You've stalked some women. You've traumatized some women. You've threatened some folks. You've coerced women to get ABOs and then turn around and go get another woman pregnant. So all of us have done our dirt, not just Derrick Jaxn. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. So we about to play these Derrick Jaxn videos. Everybody hit the like button. But before we play that, let's play this. And then after this, we're going to get to the Derrick Jaxn videos.
Deeper Discussion card game is meant to give you and other players deep understanding of how we all deal with relationship. Deeper Discussion card game is meant to give you and other players deep understanding of how we all deal with relationship, when or if things get serious. One of the biggest reasons why people break up is because of underlying family issues. This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group, so have fun.
Question number 1. What is the one thing you wanted but didn't receive when you were young? Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend,
Candidate.
A potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. It'll even tell you what's wrong with your sneaky link. If you and your sneaky link need to have a conversation, these are the cards. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna
really
get wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
Okay, so let's get to this Derrick Jaxn video. I got 2 of them, so let's get to it. Everybody hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button.
Single parent home raised by a mother.
Shout out to the uh Future Wifey podcast.
That you grew up in a single parent home, raised by a mother around sisters. What did that look like growing up? I just grew up. It wasn't objectively bad, but the story I created from the dynamic of not only daddy not being there and not having answers, but my mama working 2 to 3 jobs year round, I just felt invisible. You know, because like, again, I was really living with my 2 sisters and they connected to each other a lot better than they did me. Mama.
So let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. Remember, I said the main reason why I'm here is not specifically, what's up, Sugar Curls? It's not specifically about Derrick Jaxn. It's about single motherhood and how single motherhood is creating more Derrick Jaxns. Because you already know, that Derrick Jaxn it's not just him. A lot of you ladies have met a scumbag just like him. Put a 1 in the chat if you have dated a Derrick Jaxn in your life. Put a 1 in the chat, ladies, if you have dated a Derrick Jaxn probably multiple times in your life. Put a 1 in the chat if you've dated a total narcissistic liar in your life. Because like I said, this is one Derrick Jaxn. There's thousands of other Derrick Jaxns. And how do we stop these people? By finding out who is creating them. See, when you see a bug, some ants, when you see an infestation of flies, of whatever, doing something to that one fly, that one bug, that one ant ain't going to fix the problem. Your number one job is to find the nest. You got to find out where the infestation is coming from. You got to find the queen ant, the queen bug. There's a queen that's producing all of these bugs. All these termites eating up your house. Hit the like button, 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 y'all. There's an infestation. There's a queen somewhere laying up, producing more toxic people. I'll say it again. There's a queen laying up somewhere, producing more toxic people. Just like bugs. So, as Derrick says, he grew up in a single mother household. Is he the only person that grew up in a single mother household? No. The majority of us grew up in a single mother household. Why is this? How is it that the majority of us here grew up in single mother households? Because there was a queen that is producing toxic people. And she just sat up there making babies. A lot of y'all have siblings. Don't none of your siblings have no daddy. None of your siblings have daddies. You ain't got no daddy, and your sibling got a different daddy. If it doesn't apply, shut up. You ain't got to say nothing in the comments because it applies to somebody. So, he grew up in a single mother household, and he says he felt invisible. Why did he feel invisible? Because one, his mother did not require her father to marry her, which causes a single mother household. Two, which means she didn't have any standards, but she's not the only one. Y'all don't have any standards either, because y'all turned around and did the same thing. Y'all did the same thing. Y'all did the same freaking thing. You ain't got no standards either. And next thing you know, little Derrick is alone because he has 2 female siblings. And when you have 2 female siblings, in a lot of cases, and they ain't no daddy, you're surrounded by all this estrogen. You're surrounded by all these women. And you feel like there's nobody there that relates with you. There's nobody there that understands you. And that can be hurtful. So, what does a mother teach a child? Real quick, drop in the chat, name one thing that a mother teaches a son. What's up, Renee? Name one thing, just drop it in the chat, that comes to your mind, a mother teaches their son. What does a mother teach her son? Come on, y'all. It should be easy. What does a mother teach her son? Love. A son has love already. How to be a woman. Standards. Women don't have standards. What do you mean? None. What standards? How to cook. Okay, so let's look at this. Chaos. Love, we already have love. Standards and morals. Okay, compassion. Teaches her son how to be a woman. Accountability. Women don't have accountability, so she doesn't teach her son accountability. The culture, what? The baby mama culture. Mother teaches affection. Okay, I agree with that. How to cook. All right. God, how to be a gentleman. A woman can't teach a child how to be a gentleman because emotions, we're born with emotions. How women act, that's all. Empathy. Okay, empathy, compassion. I can agree with some of those. So these are the main things that a mother teaches her son. Y'all ready for this? Lack of structure. A mother teaches her son lack of rules. And lack of structure and lack of rules go hand in hand. Usually when you grow up in a single mother household, the only thing your mother is going to teach you what to do is what not to do. She's not going to teach you what to do. She's going to teach you what not to do. And to men, that does not compute to us. So we grow up with no structure. We grow up with no rules. We have a high amount of neuroticism because mothers teach their children neuroticism because women are naturally neurotic. Women teach children how to catastrophize. Mothers teach their sons how to catastrophize, how to think irrationally. Let me know if I'm wrong. Women teach their children how to overthink. Women aren't solution oriented. So, with all that being said, a young Derrick Jaxn being raised by a woman, and especially having women's siblings, how does anybody expect Derrick Jaxn to be raised in a way where he doesn't turn into this monster? Can anybody explain that? I'm neurotic because I'm a woman. No, you're neurotic. Okay, let's break that down for a second. This is interesting. Kat says, I'm neurotic because I'm a woman, whereas my sons, being male, are calm and level-headed. I like that. So, you have a point, but I would like to add something to that. I agree with you. I agree with you, Kat. I'm neurotic because I'm a woman, whereas my sons, being male, are calm and level-headed. What you don't realize, remember we was talking about how toxic people infect other people and make other people toxic? Just like if a person in the movies get bit by a vampire, they don't instantly turn into a vampire. If a person gets bit by a werewolf, they don't just instantly turn into a werewolf, do they? A werewolf, if a person gets bit by a werewolf, you know, we're talking about werewolf movies, they don't turn into a werewolf until there's a full moon, right? A vampire doesn't turn into a vampire until at night. So in other words, as a woman who is neurotic, who lives in literal neuroticism, she may think that her son isn't neurotic because he's a male. But the second he goes to school and has problems with other boys, he becomes neurotic. He starts acting up in school. That is neuroticism. Any kid that acts up in school, there's a problem somewhere. That's the reason why they're acting up in school. So your child may be level-headed at home or level-headed when they want something, but when you put them in a certain situation, just like a werewolf under a full moon, they'll become what you made them, which is no structure, no rules, neurotic. They're going to catastrophize. They're going to act out. They're not going to trust anybody. And they're going to overthink. So even though I agree with Kat right here, when she says that, it's still inside of him. Why? Because he was taught that. So we may not show it the same way that women show it because we're males. But I'm betting $1,000 that your sons are neurotic just like you are. They're just going to act out in a different way. They're going to act aggressive. They're going to punch some little boy in the face. See, when males are traumatized, when males have issues, when males are neurotic, it comes out in aggression. And that's kind of like what Derrick Jaxn somewhat said. So a single mother is definitely teaching her sons how to be feminine, how to lack structure, how to break rules, because women break rules all the time, how to be neurotic, how to catastrophize, and how not to be solution oriented. So you had a point, Kat. I just wanted to let you know you did have a point, but your children just doesn't show it to you, but they are problematic most likely when they're in school. Okay. Going back to what he said, let's back it up. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
That you grew up in a single parent home, raised by a mother, around sisters. What did that look like growing up? I just grew up. It wasn't objectively bad, but the story I created from the dynamic of not only daddy not being there and not having answers, but my mama working 2 to 3 jobs year round, I just felt invisible.
So he felt invisible. When you're a single mother, You usually don't have any help. And when you don't have any help and you're doing everything by yourself and you're spitting out babies left and right, she had 4 children. Derrick Jaxn's mom had an older brother, had an older son, Derrick, and 2 daughters. So this is a apparently single mom that don't spit out four children, right? 4 children. One kid is owned by their business, so she has 3 children in the house. No help. When a woman has no help and 3 kids running around in the house, what do you think is going to happen to her? One, she goes into survival mode, which is, I got to protect my peace. You know how women like, I'm going to put me first, which is a good thing. You're going to put yourself first. And that's what Derrick Jaxn is saying. She did not have the bandwidth to tend to her son. I'll say that again. She did not have the bandwidth to tend to her son's needs. Okay? Listen to what he says.
You know, because like, again, I was really living with my 2 sisters and they connected to each other a lot better than they did me. Mama get home from work, she need time just to be a human being. She got her own battles. And then on top of that, again, she barely connects with me. I'm missing my daddy. So a lot of my childhood, man, was just feeling invisible.
Y'all see that? This is what y'all do to your children. One person is not capable of raising a child, let alone multiple children. But y'all think it's okay to just have a baby like Keke Palmer and dance around like it's cute. And this type of person, Derrick Jaxn, is the reason why you ladies have so many crappy men to choose from. Y'all are the main ones that say it's pee in a dating pool. You know why? Because there's a whole bunch of fatherless men out here. Any man that was raised specifically by a woman is going to be problematic. He's not going to have structure. Derrick Jaxn, famous cheater, no structure, no rules about himself because he was raised by a woman. So the same men that y'all complain about, y'all are creating. Y'all create the same men that y'all complain about. I gotta say this one more time. You single mothers create the same type of men that y'all complain about. Derrick Jaxn, one of the most famous cheaters. He's telling everybody why he's this person. Not making excuses, not shooting him no bail, but we gotta find out where all of these dysfunctional, screwed up zombies are coming from. Because just like I said, you find a bug in your house, some ants in your house, a fly in your house, most likely there's a nest somewhere. We gotta find the nest. And the nest is you. You are the beginning of the infestation of toxic, dysfunctional, cheating men. So y'all can sit around and talk about Derrick Jaxn is this, he lied, da, 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 da. Your baby daddy is dysfunctional. Your baby daddy is like Derrick Jaxn. Your brother is like Derrick Jaxn. Why? Because your brother and your baby daddy didn't have a father. So when you turn around and just look at how men have to grow up with no man in their life to teach them all of these different things that y'all want a man to do, how is he supposed to know it if he doesn't have anybody teaching it? Hit a like button, hit a like button, hit the like button. A lot of these men in the chat, they're Derrick Jaxns. It's not just Derrick Jaxn. The majority of black men are Derrick Jaxns. Let's keep going. But why? But why is the question. Why? Because they did not have a father. Why? Because their mother had no standards, had no requirements, and just allowed some random dude to get her pregnant. See, I'm here to end the cycle. It's thousands of young women out here who are listening to y'all and seeing what y'all are doing, and y'all, sadly, are pushing the narrative that single motherhood is okay. And I got to fight y'all and let the young women know that single motherhood is not okay. Single motherhood is trash. If you had a baby, cool. Just don't have another one unless you get married. If you don't have any children, cool. Don't have one until you get married. And if you can't find nobody to marry you, don't have a child or don't have another child. I don't have a problem with any woman that is a single mother. I have a problem with a woman that is pushing a narrative that single motherhood is okay, like Keke Palmer, as an example. What's the other goofy woman? Ebony K. Williams, another goofball. So, going back to Derrick Jaxn, how did Derrick Jaxn become this terrible individual? His mother did not make him a terrible person. His lack of a father made him a terrible person. Okay? So I'm not saying anything terrible about single mothers. I'm just letting you know that women are just incapable of raising children efficiently or properly. See, I want y'all to think about this. And the same thing happened with me and my ex-wife. I have 2 daughters, right? My ex-wife taught my kids all of the inside stuff. Peeing, washing themselves, cooking, cleaning up, being clean, hygiene, how to be a lady, being compassionate. When their period came on, she was able to help them with that. All of these things that women only know how to teach a child is inside things. Hygiene, right? In-house stuff. But when it comes to outside stuff, who's going to teach a child how to deal with the outside world? Not a woman. How can a woman teach a child or prepare a child for the outside world? Answer real quick. Because I want to hear what y'all got to say. How can a woman teach a child and prepare a child for the outside world? All of Derrick Jaxn's siblings have different fathers. Now y'all see what I'm saying. According to what Nick said, because I didn't hear that part, according to what Nick just said in the comments, I don't know if it's right or wrong, but according to what he seen in one of these videos, one of these interviews, all of Derrick Jaxn's siblings had different fathers. So I gave y'all a second. And I'm going to ask y'all again, because maybe y'all didn't hear me, because I'm waiting. How can a woman prepare a child for the outside world? I have no answers in the chat right now. The only answer I got is they can't really. Uh-oh. They can't really. So I'm going to ask y'all again, because I want to make sure I got it straight. What skills and what level of preparedness can a mother teach their children, male or female, and prepare them for the outside world? I'm waiting for an answer. Still no answers. Crickets. Crickets. I'm waiting. By building character, what does that mean? Somebody says everything. What does that mean? We teach standards, but y'all don't have standards. Y'all got baby daddies. Y'all ain't never been married. Y'all don't teach standards. Y'all don't have standards. By talking to them and by showing them what? Showing them what? Do y'all see how pitiful and saddening this is? I'm going to ask y'all one more time, because I want to give y'all every opportunity possible. So I'm going to ask you again. What life goals, lessons do women teach their children that prepares them for the outside world? This is kind of sad, ladies. Okay, I'm done asking y'all, because the answer is nothing. Women cannot teach young men, cannot teach young women preparedness for the rest of the world. So let's do this. What skills do fathers teach their children that prepares them for the outside world, whether it's a daughter or a son? Go. What skills do fathers teach their children that prepares them for the outside world? Let's go. Discipline, right? See, instantly. Discipline, being calm. Okay, keep going. Organization, boom, here we go. Leadership, boom, here we go. How to handle authority, boom, there we go. Patience, here we go, because women don't have patience. Women have neuroticism, remember? Discipline, survival. So, hold on. They're coming in pretty quick. I'm voice texting. Okay. Respect. Accountability. What else? Emotional control. Exactly. So, ladies, I just want y'all to think about something. I literally had to ask y'all 3 separate times what skills can a mother teach a child, male or female, on how to deal with the outside world? And I got absolutely nothing. But when it comes to a father, I got at least about 12 different answers. A firm handshake, loyalty. I'll add how to shoot a gun. How to shoot a gun. Can't no mother teach you how to shoot a gun. Ooh, integrity. Yes. How to be a man. Yes. Principles. This is what I'm saying. See, I'm not here to bash women. I'm just here to let women know that you cannot raise a child. Critical thinking. Thank you. Critical thinking. So, y'all simply prove my point. Thank you all for answering the question. I just want y'all to know how easy it was for men and women to instantly finances. Yep. To instantly spit out situation awareness. Ooh. Right. Y'all were able to instantly spit out an answer when I asked y'all, what can a man teach a child? Not a man, a child, male or female, to prepare them for the rest of the world. I got at least 20 answers. I got 0 answers when I asked, what can a woman teach a man, teach a woman, teach a girl, teach a cat, teach a dog that will prepare them for the outside world? Structure, self-defense, how to fight, how to shoot, how to say, yo, bro, I'm good, I don't want to fight, how to not fight, how to negotiate. Women don't know how to negotiate. Another thing a man teaches a child, a father teaches a child, the importance of fatherhood. But what does a woman teach a child? That fatherhood isn't necessarily needed. Think about that. Logical reasoning, yes. Logical reasoning, facts. So, women overall are incapable of raising people. The reason why virtually every relationship or every relationship that falls apart, was a marriage or just a baby mom, baby daddy relationship, the mother gets the child, is mainly because there's something called Title 4D that gives the child, that gives a woman access to child support. Values, that's another one. I love it. So my whole point is, any of you that have children and there's no father around and you have a male or female, your child most likely is going to grow up with multiple maladaptive issues. And I am here to end the epidemic of single motherhood. If you are a single mother, cool. Just don't have another fatherless baby. Okay? Derrick Jaxn's mom, according to what I'm hearing, I don't know, had 4 fatherless babies. 4. See, a lot of you goofballs are in the chat talking about he's crazy. How am I crazy? What did I say wrong? Because in all honesty, y'all are the ones that said the things that I'm literally responding to. I gave y'all the floor. I ain't even said nothing. I asked y'all questions, and I'm literally sharing with the rest of the audience what other audience members said. So how am I crazy? How am I crazy? I ain't say nothing. You're crazy. Yeah, here comes the idiots, Cookie. But let's keep going.
Feeling somewhat abandoned. If I get out my seat, if I do this, that, and that, she got her own battles. And then on top of that, again, she barely connects with me. I'm missing my daddy. So a lot of my childhood, man, was just feeling invisible, feeling somewhat abandoned. If I get out my seat, if I do this, that, and that, so I got whoopings and all that stuff. But it was really my way of getting attention.
So right here, Derrick says he went to school, acting like a class clown, jumping out of his seat. And the main reason he did that is because 1, he wasn't taught discipline because he was taught by a woman. And 2, he was doing it for attention. Ladies, you do not have the bandwidth to raise a child by yourself. You got to work and you got to raise kids. Why you want to do that? Why do you want to go through all of that? Wouldn't it be better and easier and more fulfilling to do it with your husband? I'm just asking a question. Wouldn't it make sense to do all this with your husband? Why don't none of y'all want to get a husband before y'all have a baby? Because like I said, y'all are literally Derrick Jaxn factories. Single mothers are essentially Derrick Jaxn factories. Single mothers are Derrick Jaxn factories. You want to talk mess about Derrick Jaxn? Cool. I'll talk mess about Derrick Jaxn along with you. But why and how did Derrick Jaxn get here? Single motherhood. And your son is going to grow up to be Derrick Jaxn Jr. also. Why? Because he ain't got no daddy. And this is the problem. Fatherless homes. See, a lot of you women, a lot of you single mothers, your son is at school acting a fool. Your daughter is at school acting a fool. And what's the first thing the guidance counselor is going to say? Oh, your son has ADHD. Am I right or wrong? Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. If your son or daughter is at school acting a fool, the guidance counselor is going to say your child has ADHD. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Yeah, they'll try. That's the first thing they're going to say, right? But I'm here to let you know that your child most likely does not have ADHD. You know what your child has? Something called DHAD. Your child is at school acting a plumb fool, and the guidance counselor wants to give your children or child some ADHD medication. Your child most likely does not have ADHD. Your child has DHAD. Does anybody know what DHAD stands for? Put in the chat if you know what DHAD stands for. Your child most likely does not have ADHD. My guy. Don't have a daddy. That's your child's problem. It's not ADHD. It's DHAD. Don't have a daddy. Your little fatherless baby is crying out for help. Crying out for help, just like Derrick Jaxn was. He was acting up in school because he was crying out for help. Your child does not have ADHD. Your child has DHAD. Don't have a daddy.
Feeling somewhat abandoned. If I get out my seat, if I do this, that, and that, so I got whoopings and all that stuff. But it was really my way of getting attention. Like, you know, of course, don't cheat. Don't go.
And then he grows up, starts cheating. Exactly. Stop having children without being married. You're literally cursing your child to become a terrible person when they grow up by a dad has departed. Yo! Yo, wait. Yo, shout out to James. Oh my God. I gotta steal that, James. Hold on, I'm writing that down. I gotta steal that. That is hilarious. A dad has departed. Oh man, that's funny. That is funny. Hello, y'all. I gotta steal that, James. I'm sorry. Oh my God, that's God damn it. Hold up. A dad has departed. But I think y'all get a good understanding of why I'm so adamant about this. Because these fatherless kids are out here ruining people. So let's keep going with the Derrick Jaxn.
With another girl. I remember feeling really rejected by her. And I didn't know what was behind that because, okay, I don't have aggressive energy towards a woman except in intimacy. And so how I would express my affection oftentimes was aggressive. Like I want to pick her up. Yeah. I don't just kiss her. I pin her up against the wall, put my hand around. I'm not trying to get graphic. Yeah. There's context here. So, come up behind her and hug on her, kind of aggressive. But that would make her really, really shut down.
So let's talk about this part because this is important. What do y'all hear in this clip? What do y'all hear in this clip? And Cash App is Aaron 1000, AARON 1000, or drop a super chat or buy my card game. Contribute to the channel, y'all. Take a second to hit the like button. Take a second to share this video. And take a second to buy my card game. What do y'all hear in what he just said, though? Let me back it up. Listen to what he said.
Towards a woman, except in intimacy. And so,
hold on.
Like, of course, don't cheat. Don't go sleep with another girl. I remember feeling really rejected by her. And I didn't know what was behind that because, okay, I don't have aggressive energy towards a woman except in intimacy. And so how I would express my affection oftentimes was aggressive. Like I want to pick her up. Yeah. I don't just kiss her. I pin her up against the wall, put my hand around. I'm not trying to get graphic. Yeah. There's context here. So, come up behind her and hug on her, kind of aggressive. But that would make her really, really shut down.
Does anybody understand what is actually happening with this situation? ADHD, a dad has disappeared. Y'all are hilarious. So this is what's happening. Because now let's talk about Danae for a second. Danae was R'd, okay? You know, the R word twice. Trauma. There we go. Trauma. Danae was R'd twice. SA'd twice, whatever you want to call it. Right before she got with Derrick Jaxn. And here comes Derrick Jaxn trying to love on this woman. But she can't receive his love and affection. You know why? Because her body, and I talked about this last night in my coaching group, her body, keyword body, her body the alarm went off in her body. And she instantly got turned off. What this means is your brain and your body senses commonality between this situation over here and this new situation over here. Y'all listen for a second. Keyword is commonality. Keyword is association. Danae Jaxn was R'd by either 2 times or 2 different people, one of the two, before they got together. That was a traumatic situation, right? And then she gets with Derrick Jaxn 2 weeks afterwards in order to cope with what she's going through. And her whole body lights up and alarms in her body start going off. And she's like, whoa, something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong. And she ignored it. See, ladies, it's not necessarily your women's intuition. It's simply your body and your brain detecting pheromones, actions, tonality, levels of aggression, and it literally matches what happened over here. So this means at a young age of 19, 17, whatever the age they were, your alarms, Danae's alarms were going off. Why? Because look at who Derrick Jaxn is. Derrick Jaxn is a terrible person. She recognized Derrick Jaxn. No, let me change that. Her body recognized Derrick Jaxn as a terrible person when she was a teenager. I want y'all to think about how important it is to listen to your body. Danae Jaxn could have avoided all of this if she would have listened to her body. Her body literally shut off to this dude. Listen.
Aggressive. Like I want to pick her up. Yeah. I don't just kiss her. I pin her up against the wall, put my hand around. I'm not trying to get graphic. Yeah. There's context here. So I, come up behind her and hug on her, kind of aggressive.
Remember, not just sex. I will come up behind her and hug her. So it wasn't anything crazy. She was literally repulsed by Derrick Jaxn, but she liked Derrick Jaxn altogether. Think about that. You as a person like Derrick Jaxn, but your body is rejecting Derrick Jaxn. Why? Because Derrick Jaxn is a terrible person, and your body is trying to tell you this. But what do y'all do? Ignore your own body.
But that would make her really, really shut down. And I didn't know what was going on. I felt rejected, like, why you don't want to kiss me? When my breath stink or something like that? So we would have, and not only was she shut down then, it would be tension.
The thing that she felt was trauma. Ladies, you don't think you can smell trauma on a man? We men can smell trauma on a woman. Put a 1 in the chat if you can smell trauma on a woman. Guys, put a 1 in the chat if you can smell trauma on a woman. Put a 1 in the chat, men, if you can smell trauma on a woman. Men, put a 1 in the chat if you can smell trauma on a woman. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? It's not just women's intuition. It's just simply how our bodies are made. We can smell and detect trauma on another person. But when you ignore the alarms that are going off, you end up putting yourself in a bad situation. Now Danae is this divorced mother of 3 children with nowhere to go. Because who's going to be with Danae with three damn children? And this is crazy. He has a son, and this weirdo literally named his son Derrick Jaxn Jr. This man was totally aware of how he's a terrible person. Think about that, y'all. Derrick Jaxn is 100% aware that he is a terrible person. And he names his son Derrick Jaxn Jr. Can you imagine when he gets to high school? He got to deal with being Derrick Jaxn Jr.? See, here's a problem, ladies. Now you see it always a man's fault. One, it's not about somebody's fault, but if we were to put fault on this, it would be Danae Jackson for not listening to her body. You said it, Lou Marie. You brought it up. I ain't want to say nothing because I don't believe in all this fault stuff. But if it was anybody's fault, it was Danae's choice of a man. She got pregnant by a dude that didn't want to be with her, and then turned around and got pregnant by the same dude that was still cheating on her, and then got pregnant by the dude again. Do y'all know that when they sat on the couch with the infamous bonnet video, do y'all know she was pregnant at that point? Answer the question. I don't know if y'all know. The infamous bonnet video where they sat on the couch talking about how he was sleeping with all these women. Danae Jackson was pregnant. That's why she was dressed the way she was, because she was pregnant. So with all that being said, Danae Jackson Her body rang an alarm and was telling her, stay away from this man. And she ignored her own body. It's right here.
Her up. Yeah. I don't just kiss her. I pin her up against the wall, put my hand around. I'm not trying to get graphic. Yeah. There's context here. So, come up behind her and hug on her, kind of aggressive. But that would make her really, really shut down. And I didn't know what was going on. I felt rejected. Like, why you don't want to kiss me? When my breath stink or something like that? So we would have, and not only was she shut down then, it would be tension. It would be
tension. Tension, y'all.
Almost hostile.
Almost hostile, y'all. Tension, hostility. Why? Because her violent situations that happened before Derrick Jaxn, something about those situations smelt the same as Derrick Jaxn. It matched. It was the same. Not saying Derrick Jaxn was doing that, but the same. They were the same energies, and her body went crazy, but she still stayed. It's not about fault, but Lou Marie wanted to bring it up and said, "You see, it's a man's fault." No, it's a damn woman's fault. What are you talking about? She didn't listen to her own intuition. She didn't listen to her own body. This matched with this, and she ignored it. That's why Derrick Jaxn kept getting rejected, because her body was rejecting a terrible person. Derrick Jaxn is not a victim. All I'm saying is, as a woman, because remember, the main reason why we're here is not necessarily about Derrick Jaxn. It's about how to deal with Derrick Jaxns with an S. How to stop creating new Derrick Jaxns. How to get rid of the nest of Derrick Jaxns. The creators of Derrick Jaxns, which is single mothers who ignore their intuition. Too many of you ladies get with plum bums, plum losers. And then you turn around and have a loser baby. Child grows up to be a loser. Child grows up to be stupid. Child grows up to be like Derrick Jaxn. And you don't know why. Because their daddy was a loser. Is all he knows. Facts. Is all he knows. All Derrick Jaxn knows is to be a terrible person. When did he learn something different? See, the things that we learn are usually unspoken. I'll say it again. The things that we learn are usually unspoken. And just like you hear here, Derrick Jaxn dealt with significant rejection. And when a person deals with rejection over and over and over again, they start rejecting other people. How do you reject a person? You get with them and you treat them like crap. You got to get with them in order to reject them, right? So you got to get with them and then reject them. Get with them, then reject them. Get with them, then reject them. You can't reject the person you ain't dealing with. So you got to get with the woman and then reject her. So his whole life, even to this day, he's been running around rejecting people. Whatever you deal with, you project. Whatever you internalize, there's an outward response to what you're internalizing. All right, here we go. Patricia says, what does a cheating man have to do with his mother? Let's keep it real. Other men put this in the universe. Other mothers put this in the universe. See, you ladies are never, and it's okay because women are children, so I don't expect y'all to ever take accountability for any of your stupid actions because y'all are women. Women just run around doing stupid stuff, and it just is what it is. I'm not mad at y'all for just being children. It is what it is. But I like to go to the source. If there's a Mercedes, 2022 Mercedes, 2024 Mercedes that's broken down on the side of the road, the first thing you're going to say is you got to take that back to the dealership. Right? If there's a Mercedes on the side of the road, it's in 2024, and there's something wrong with the engine, aren't you going to say, take that back to the dealership? What is a human dealership? They're parents. They're parents. So everybody's human dealership is your parents. Because we can't do nothing but about Derrick. Derrick is just going to run around, keep ruining people, doing whatever. There's nothing we can do about it. But what we can do is change how we operate as individuals and put ourselves in a position where we won't become Derrick Jaxn or create Derrick Jaxns. And how do you do that? By listening to what went on with Derrick Jaxn and do the opposite of what Derrick Jaxn's mother did. Stop being single mothers. Stop having fatherless babies. Love you too, Anika. Stop having fatherless babies. Derrick Jaxn was a fatherless baby. And look at what he's doing to the world. Screwing everybody up with his advice and with his actions. I am here to help my people see what actually is going on and realize that Derrick Jaxn is not the only Derrick Jaxn in this world. Your son most likely is going to be a Derrick Jaxn if your son did not have a daddy. He's going to end up being a Young Thug or a Derrick Jaxn. Which one? Your son is going to end up being a Young Thug or a Derrick Jaxn. Hold on, there's a video I want to show y'all. Let me see if I can find it. Everybody hit the like button. 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 Where is that video? Nope, that's not it. If I can't find it, I'm gonna give up. Huh. I don't know where that video is. Everybody hit the like button, y'all. Everybody hit the like button. All right, forget it. I can't find it. But I'm just trying to end the Derrick Jaxn single mother epidemic. A lot of you single mothers are creating new Derrick Jaxns daily. But let's keep going on with the video.
So again, this wasn't until about a month and a half, 2 months in, where it was like now it's back-to-back things. Now I come up on the kiss her and she like kind of pushing away. She can't stay far enough away from me. She's kind of mean towards me.
Y'all don't see how her body was reacting to Derrick Jaxn? But she ignored it. Do y'all see how she literally had her own body responding negatively to this terrible person? But for some reason, she did not leave him. If anybody wants to come up, hit the link. I want y'all to just think about this. Too many of you women don't listen to your intuition. Too many of you women don't listen to your own bodies. This woman's body was going crazy and was repulsed by this man, but still stayed with him and gave this man 3 damn babies.
But that would make her really, really shut down. And I didn't know what was going on. I felt rejected, like, why you don't want to kiss me? You want my breast stink or something like that? So we would have, and not only was she shut down then, it would be tension. It would be almost hostile. So again, this wasn't until about a month and a half, 2 months in, where it was like now it's back-to-back things. Now I come up on the kiss her and she like kind of pushing away. She can't stay far enough away from me. She's kind of mean towards me. And it's kind of a flip side.
Now he's going to talk about the flip side, right? Exactly, Mike. Listen to what Mike says. Derrick Jaxn is a prime example that women by the masses do not have any business choosing men for themselves. Thank you for saying that. Shout out to Ford, Brittany. You are completely right about that, that a lot of women do not listen to the voice inside of them. Exactly. She was repulsed by Derrick Jaxn. Why? Because inside, she smelled something, she sensed something. Due to the fact that she was hurt, assaulted, whatever you want to call it, before she got with Derrick Jaxn. And those two things, Derrick Jaxn and the person that did her wrong before she got with Derrick Jaxn, were the same energies. This is what your brain does. This is what your body does. Your body warns you about what could hurt you. But no, you don't listen to your own body. And now this woman has three children by this freaking terrible person. Derrick Jaxn had no business having children. This woman gave this terrible person offspring. So now it's 3 Derrick Jaxns running around this world in the next 10 years. Are you crazy? I'll have my next come meet you. Well, you know, Tina, you know that's what I do. You're supposed to bring your man to me so I can check him out. That's what I do. 1000%. Shout out to Tina.
And I didn't know part of what I was feeling didn't have nothing to do with the relationship. It was much deeper. But I remember like man, my breath getting short. I'm like, what is going on? Like,
what he doesn't realize, let's back up what he just said. Let's back up.
And it's kind of a flip side. And I didn't know part of what I was feeling didn't have nothing to do with the relationship.
Part of it wasn't about what you were feeling, Derrick. It was about what she was feeling and what she was ignoring. You're a terrible person, Derrick. And this woman literally multiplied you by 3. You were not supposed to have no children. We're going to have a Derrick Jaxn Jr. running around here in the next 15 years. And what do you think he's going to do? The same thing you did because you broke up your own house. But guess what? A lot of you single mothers have created Derrick Jaxn Jr.'s also. A lot of you single mothers have Derrick Jaxn Jr.'s running around also.
It was much deeper. But I remember like man, my breath getting short. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I ain't never been so sensitive to rejection because we all get rejected, but this is the first time I felt that. And what felt safer was to go out and at least have friendships with other girls. And that's whenever I started messing around.
You hear that, right? What felt safer due to the fact that Derrick Jaxn Jr. the fifth
told me, well, he told us on the podcast that she had experienced a rape 2 weeks before y'all met. You know nothing about it. I didn't know about that till 5 years later. Exactly. I don't know if she wants to speak on it, so I won't go in depth, but there was another instance of, in that same 30-day span before she met me. So I didn't know to the level or at all that I was dealing with a survivor. Even if I knew that, I probably wouldn't have known how exactly to handle it. Really pain.
And this isn't about Derrick Jaxn handling her better, because at the end of the day, it would have just made more sense for her to handle herself better. Ladies, y'all get with terrible men and make babies with them and make terrible little people that grow up to be terrible adults. But you never take a second and ask yourself, I created a terrible person. I raised a terrible person. Derrick Jaxn's mother raised a terrible person. But a lot of you ladies are raising terrible people yourself. Why? Because they don't have no daddy.
Painful was really one long repetitive pattern. Right. Me feeling rejected for this, that, and the other, and she handles, becoming okay again a certain way. But I didn't know certain forms of affection that were natural to me just felt scary to her, put her back in a certain space where, certain things that happen.
And I'm not mad at Derrick for not understanding this, but I just want to ask y'all a question. Do y'all see the same thing that I see? She rejected Derrick Jaxn because her body sensed something being wrong with Derrick Jaxn inherently. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with that. Because Derrick Jaxn is like, yo, I didn't know she dealt with this. It ain't about dealing with that. It's about what's happening to her right now. She was able to sense that Derrick Jaxn was a terrible person, and she ignored it. She ignored it. I'm just saying. What is the lesson here? Ladies, when your body starts rejecting a man, listen. So what advice do you have for them? I'm literally saying it right now. Listen to your body. Listen to your intuition that y'all love to brag about, that y'all don't never listen to. Derrick Jaxn was a Ray. Derrick Jaxn was a Ray. Pookie ain't got no money. So Derrick Jaxn was a Ray. Follow your instincts. Exactly, Angie. That's the lesson, y'all.
So yeah, and this woman who has experienced this huge violation of her body, her soul, her spirit, this brokenness. She meets this guy who she says she just loved the mess. She's getting triggered on all levels. Don't even realize that she's being triggered like this.
No, she realizes it. She realizes she's getting triggered. She just ignores it. And that is the lesson. Stop ignoring what's triggering you. You got to find out what the trigger is, why you're getting triggered, what's going on in your body. So let's check this out real quick.
The situation.
Listen to this real quick. This is a separate interview that Derrick Jaxn did. Hit a like button, hit a like button, hit a like button, hit a like button.
But the children didn't ask to be in this situation. My daughters, my son, especially him, he was born into a lot of this chaos. My eldest daughter, she had at least a couple of years, some level of sanity. My youngest daughter never know what it feels like to be in a two-parent household with her biological parents. And every time I see them not having clarity, certainty, maybe even internalizing things, struggling with things, I miss mommy, or, whenever she's calling me because our son is acting up, I miss dad.
I want y'all to think about something. He said his son is acting up in school, right? Remember when Derrick Jaxn said he was acting up in school? Listen to this. But it was really my way of getting attention. There it is right there. Listen to this. I was just feeling invisible, feeling somewhat abandoned. If I get out my seat, if I do this, that, and that, so I got whoopings and all that stuff. But it was really my way of getting attention. Then he turns around and say the same thing about his son.
Whenever she's calling me because our son is acting up, I miss dad.
Y'all see that? His son is doing the same thing. His son is doing the same thing. Derrick Jaxn Jr. is reliving Derrick Jaxn's childhood. Why? Because his daddy is so much of a screwed up individual. And the reason why I'm not giving Derrick Jaxn grace, there's a specific reason. Because when they were on that couch and he was holding her hand, still trying to sell courses, she was pregnant. So this weirdo has not learned his lesson in any type of way. And then when he divorces his wife, what does he do? Goes out to Miami and takes pictures with a TikTok thought, embarrassing not only his wife, but his children. So this man gets no grace from me because I'm looking at the children. I didn't even know about dude until a month ago. Oh, it would be nice for everybody to forget about this dude. So what advice do you give him to better himself and raise his kids better? Stop doing these stupid interviews and spend more time with his kids. That's what. See, we all make mistakes. But this idiot is still running around making the same mistakes. And now his son is reliving the rejection, the aloneness that Derrick dealt with. See, Derrick, y'all remember the story of him showing up at this surgeon's job, texting the surgeon, hey, come out. Let me get some on your lunch break. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember when it came out that while Derrick Jaxn was pregnant with his third child, he was in a surgeon's parking lot in front of the hospital telling her to come out so they can sleep together in the parking lot, and he made her get an ABO. He made the surgeon that he was sleeping with unprotected get an ABO while his wife was pregnant. And now this weirdo wants to start doing all these interviews. No, sir, you're trash. Go back into your hole, sir. Look it up. Look it up. Look up Tasha K. You know what? Let me see. See if what comes up. Tasha K. Derrick Jaxn surgeon parking lot. Yep. It comes up easy. Yeah, it's right here.
The video with the wife, I did not see that until you were brought into some real
Yeah, it was a whole thing. What is an ABO? Getting rid of the baby. God, come on, y'all. When you do something, baby, and toilet. Okay. I don't like saying certain words. Okay. So I say ABO. Thank you. I don't want to say the word. Y'all so slow. So all you got to do is look up Derrick Jaxn's current mistress is pissed and tells it all. In that video, Tasha K talks about how Derrick Jaxn used to cut. The actual woman is on the phone with Tasha K, and she's literally explaining how the dude would come to her job at the hospital, telling her to come out to the parking lot so he could smash her in the parking lot after he told her to go get an ABO while his wife at home is pregnant. So while he's running around doing all this stuff, his son is in school acting up. Derrick Jaxn's son is at school acting up and acting out because he feels alone and unloved because his daddy would rather be in a parking lot at a hospital to sleep with some random woman that he was messing with behind his mama's back, while his son is at school acting out, just like he was acting out when he was a child. But he did not have a daddy. His son has a daddy. His son just has a crappy person as a daddy. Yeah, he still do parking lot videos. So instead of being there with his son, throwing the football with his son, spending time with his son, he's running around smashing chicks out of Miami, doing videos, telling women the same stupid mess that he been telling them. But instead of doing all that, he could be spending time with his son. See, I care about these children, y'all. So while he sits here with his little music in the background, like he's saved, no, he's not.
You know, especially him, he was born into a lot of this chaos. My eldest daughter, she had at least a couple of years, you know, some level of sanity.
So I want y'all to think about that. His first kid, his son, was born into chaos, right? But he keeps the chaos going for like 10 more years. See, it's one thing about keeping chaos going, but it's another thing about handing chaos down to your children.
My youngest daughter never know what it feels like to be in a two-parent household.
My youngest daughter will never know how it feels to be in a two-parent household.
Their biological parents. And every time I see them not having clarity, certainty, maybe even internalizing things, struggling with things. I miss mommy, or, you know, whenever she's calling me because our son is acting up, you know, I miss dad. I always track back to something I did, and I have to kind of re-forgive myself every time.
You got 3 children, sir. 3. First child was born, you smashing chicks left and right. Second child was born, you smashing chicks left and right. Third child was born, you smashing chicks left and right. Your damn wife was sitting on a couch with you, trying to take up for you while she was pregnant. But you, I want to re-forgive myself. Shut up. It's crazy, man.
And I'm not always successful.
So the lessons here is, one, if your body, to the ladies, if your body is telling you something is wrong, if your intuition is telling you that something's wrong, please start listening to it. Okay? Because what you want, but I want him. Listen to your body, because you got to understand, you have the brain of a child, ladies. You have the brain of a child. So it makes 0 sense for you to listen to what you want. It's like listening to what a child wants. You don't listen. They want to sit up and eat ice cream and stay up all night and not go to school. You don't listen to that, right? The same thing with you. Don't listen to you either. Listen to your body. Listen to your gut. Listen to your intuition. It's not about what you want. Nobody cares about what you want. Listen to your body. Derrick Jaxn, if she would have listened to her body, she would have never gave this weirdo 3 freaking children. She didn't listen to her body. The second lesson is, if you know for a fact that you've been dealing with significant trauma, don't go right back out and start dating a new man. Because who do you think you're going to start getting with? The same type of dude that hurt you in the first place because you're not healed. Go get some therapy. Derrick Jaxn was blanked by 2 different men, or either one man 2 different times, and went right back out there and started dating somebody else. What kind of sense does that make? Go get therapy. Because after a traumatic situation as a woman, guess what? Your serotonin level is low, and your self-worth altogether is in the trash. So of course Derrick Jaxn is going to get with a dude that's trash. Because she feels like trash because what just happened to her. Yes, buy books, read. Actually, let me give y'all some books to actually read. Okay. Here are some books for you to read. Get ready to write down these books. She attracted trash, exactly. So the books for you guys to read, and these books are books that I actually go over in my coaching group. So the first book is Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents. The second book is The 4 Agreements. The third book is The 5th Agreement. The next one is The Body Keeps Score. The next book is It Didn't Start With You by Mark Wolin. Great book. Next book is Mother Hunger. The next book is Growing Yourself Back Up, a brilliant book about regression. So for any of you women who get mad at me when I say women are children, go buy Growing Yourself Back Up, and you'll literally see that you are indeed a child emotionally. I don't just come out of the woodwork. I read books. So if you don't think you're a child, go buy Growing Yourself Back Up, and you'll see how much of a child you actually are as a woman. The next book is What Happened to You? Very, very amazing book. What Happened to You? By Bruce Perry. The next book is called You're Not Crazy, It's Your Mother. I'll say that again. You're Not Crazy, It's Your Mother. And one other book, The Ego is the Enemy. Because I'll be all day if I give you all of the books that we go over. I don't give myself what I want, but I give myself what I need. Yes, it's about what you need and not what you want. What you want comes from your child, is a child side of you. So whenever you say you want something, that is a child side of you talking, and you have to ignore it. So hopefully y'all got something out of this. Because at the end of the day, it's not necessarily about Derrick Jaxn. It's about the other Derrick Jaxns that are out in this world, and your children that may be Derrick Jaxns also, because altogether, if your child does not have a father, it's a very good chance that your son is going to grow up to be just like Derrick Jaxn. So you're creating more Derrick Jaxns in this world, and that is hurtful to your community. So stop having fatherless babies. Okay? It's real simple. Stop having fatherless babies. Life is just that simple. So before y'all go, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to just check out my
It's meant to give you and other players deep understanding. Deeper Discussion card game is meant to give you and other players deep understanding of how we all deal with relationship when or if things get serious. One of the biggest reasons why people break up is because of underlying family issues. This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. What is the one thing you wanted but didn't receive when you were young? Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. It'll even tell you what's wrong with your sneaky link. If you and your sneaky link need to have a conversation, these are the cards. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna
really
get wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
All right, the link to buy the card game is in the chat. The link to buy the card game is in the chat. The link to buy the card game is in the chat. Buy my card game. It is not about me, it's about you. It's extremely helpful to everybody who has already played it. If you've already bought the card game, say I bought the card game in the chat. You already bought the card game, say I bought the card game in the chat. Can you buy it on Amazon? Buy it on the link. I think it's on Amazon. I had an issue with Amazon at first, so I'm not exactly sure. I got to check. But the link to buy the card game is in the chat. And hold on, let me put the link to buy the card game on the top of the video on Facebook. I don't know if I did or not. Yeah, I did not. So give me 1 second. I'm dropping the link to buy the card game in the chat right now. Hold on. All right. The link to buy the card game is in the title of the video on YouTube. The link, on Facebook. The link to buy the card game is in the title of the video that you are presently watching, whether it's on YouTube or on Facebook.
Deeper Discussion Card Game is meant to give you and other players deep understanding of how we all deal with relationship, when or if things get serious. One of the biggest reasons why people break up is because of underlying family issues. This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. What is the one thing you wanted but didn't receive when you were young? Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. It'll even tell you what's wrong with your sneaky link. If you and your sneaky link need to have a conversation, these are the cards. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna get wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.